Okay, here we have another trig equation, the last one in the sort of basic revision section. This is quite a complicated trig equation. 2 cos squared x plus 30 plus 3 cos x plus 30 plus 1 equals 0. If you know how to solve this equation, do pause the video now, have a go, see if you can find all the solutions, and then unpause to check. So this is a quadratic equation in disguise. It's a quadratic where the thing that's being squared and added to itself and so on is actually the trig function cos x plus 30. So this thing actually factorizes. So first thing is to factorize it. 2 cos x plus 30 plus 1 times cos x plus 30 plus 1 equals 0. So using my standard theory of quadratic equations, I now have two options. I either have cos x plus 30 equals minus a half, or cos x plus 30 equals minus 1, one comes from making each of those brackets 0. So this single trig equation turns out to actually be two trig equations, and we still have this range of values for x. X is between 0 and 360, quite a familiar range to us. So the next thing is we're terrified by the x plus 30. This is just as terrifying as seeing a 2x here or anything else. Anything scary inside the bracket that isn't like a single sensible object is terrifying to me. So I'll get rid of it using the stickman method. Let stickman equal x plus 30. So now I've got the equations cos stickman equals minus a half, or cos stickman equals negative 1, and the range has to be adjusted. So if stickman is x plus 30 and x can be as small as 0, I guess the smallest stickman can be is actually 30 degrees, and if x is less than 360, that tells me that stickman is less than 390. So that came from this condition and the definition of stickman over here. Fantastic. So now if you don't know what inverse cos of minus a half is, I suggest you learn it, but if you don't, you can look on your calculator and discover that the inverse cosine of minus a half is actually 120 degrees. So I've got stickman is 120 degrees. You then need to know how to get the other solution out, and either you can think about the graph of the cosine function, or you can think about taking a point moving around the unit circle and finding out where its cosine is minus a half, so its x coordinates minus a half, and that gives you stickman is 240. So the rule that you use here is that to turn one cos answer into another, you do 360 minus answer. So those are the only two solutions in the range 30 to 390 for the first equation. We have solutions from here to worry about. Cos inverse of negative 1 is actually 180 degrees. Stickman equals 180. And if I use the rule here, do 360 minus that, I get 180 again. So it turns out that cos stickman equals minus 1 is an unusual trig equation. It only has one solution in the range 30 to 390, even though 30 to 390 represents a full term. So that gives me three possible values for stickman, and then remembering that x is, well, I guess it's stickman minus 30. So x equals 90, 150, or 210 degrees in each case. So those are the three possible solutions to this equation in that range.